I am here with the one and only Mr. Mueller, asking him some questions about college. All right, Mr. Mueller, where did you go to school?
I went to Grand Valley State University in Allendale, Michigan. Go Lakers!
Okay, Mr. Mueller, what things should students consider when thinking about going to college?
I think one of the really important things to consider is, do you necessarily really want to go to college, or is it something that you have to do? I think in our modern society we're really pressured into that's always the next step after high school, but I don't think it needs to be. So I think it's important for each individual to really think about that. Actually, for me, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do right after, so I took a year off of school. I took what we call a gap year. I traveled and I worked and I saved up some money for college, and then I didn't attend Grand Valley until the next year when I was 19. But I really enjoyed that. I think I learned a lot about myself, about the world, and I was more prepared to really be a collegiate student when I finally did go to Grand Valley.
All right, so when you decided to go to Grand Valley, was college worth it? It's a big financial investment, it's a big time investment. What do you think?
It is. For me, it was absolutely worth it. I had a lot of growing up to do, I think, still. I don't know that I was really ready to be in the full workforce and be the type of employee I would want to be. College kind of gave me a chance to develop some additional skills, but more importantly, I think I developed some great social networks. I have friends to this day that I went to college with. And also just some important social skills that are important in the workplace that college kind of gives you time to work your way into. And so I think in terms of as a transitional time in your life, it can be really valuable. But again, you bring up a great point. It's a lot of money to invest. So you need to see it as an investment. If you don't think it's going to further you as an individual or in your career, then you really need to think about it, because $100,000 is a serious investment.
All right, when you were deciding on going to Grand Valley, did you attend college fairs or go to any college visits? And how did you decide on that?
You know, actually, it's funny. I put very little thought into college initially. I have 11 brothers and sisters, and they all went to Eastern Michigan University, which was just down from our house where we grew up in Ann Arbor. And so I just assumed I'm going to Eastern. But then I went to Eastern for about a week. And that's when I decided I shouldn't be here yet. It's not the right time. So that's when I actually decided not to go to college at that point, took that gap year. After that, I didn't go to college fairs. I got this book that was like the top 100 college values in the country or something like that. And Grand Valley was one of the schools on that list. And I did go visit it in person, which I highly recommend. Any place you go, you should go visit it and see if it's the right place for you. But what I really liked about Grand Valley was it was a smaller school at the time. It was almost like a private school experience, but with the public school cost. So that's really what I really liked about it. And it was just a really beautiful campus. And it's a lot different now. I graduated 20 years ago. It's a lot different now, but still a great campus.
All right, Mr. Mueller, how did you decide on your major?
I did not actually decide my major until my junior year, which is later than a lot of people do. From what I understand, a lot of colleges actually want you to declare fairly early, even in your freshman year sometimes. I recommend taking a little bit of time on that, doing some general electives, seeing what you like to do. I knew I liked working with kids. I'd actually worked in the daycare prior, which was fun. I'd worked at some summer camps, done those kinds of things. And my parents were both educators. So education was kind of always in the background. And then with my now wife, we were dating in college, and she was in the School of Education, and she said I should check it out. And that's I took a couple educational classes, decided I really liked it. And but that's, for me, it was more of an evolution into making that choice as a junior. If you had asked me as a freshman, I really had no idea at that point. I needed to do a little bit more living, take a few more classes until I could really know which direction I wanted to head in.
Mr. Mueller, thank you so much for your participation. Go Lakers!
Go Lakers! Wait! Woo woo! Louis the Laker, he wants you at Grand Valley.